The night she almost died, a stranger stepped out of the shadows and pulled her back into the light. She never saw his face clearly. She never even learned his full name. But the town she once couldn't wait to escape became the only place she couldn't leave. Because sometimes the person who saves your life doesn't just rescue your body. Sometimes they rescue your purpose. And by the time you hear the knock at the end of this story, you'll understand why she stayed. The town of Willow Creek was the kind of place people grew up in and ran away from. One gas station. One diner. One blinking traffic light that seemed permanently tired of working. Lena Hart had packed her life into 2 suitcases and a cardboard box labeled, "Do not open." Inside it were letters from her mother, who had passed away 3 years earlier. She had a bus ticket in her pocket. Tonight was the night she would finally leave. Willow Creek had taken too much from her. Her mother's illness. The mounting hospital bills. The gossiping neighbors who whispered about poor Lena, as if she couldn't hear them. She didn't want pity. She wanted distance. The bus stop sat near the old iron bridge that stretched over the Blackwood River. The wind was sharp, slicing through her coat. Her hands trembled, not from cold, but from the weight of leaving everything she had known. A loud crack split the air. Before she could understand what was happening, the old railing beneath her palm gave way. The wood, weakened by years of rot, collapsed. Lena slipped. Her suitcase tumbled first, then her body followed. The river below roared like it had been waiting. The water was shockingly cold. It swallowed her breath instantly. She thrashed, panic burning through her chest. The current pulled her under, dragging her coat like an anchor. She couldn't scream. She couldn't think. Then, strong hands grabbed her arm. A voice cut through the chaos. "Don't fight me. I've got you." She barely saw him. A dark jacket. Broad shoulders. Steady eyes. He moved with terrifying calm, guiding her toward a jagged rock near the bank. He braced himself against the current, lifting her with strength that didn't match his quiet voice. Minutes later, she lay on the muddy shore, coughing water and shaking violently. He stood a few feet away, breathing hard but composed. "You almost didn't make it," he said simply. "Why?" she whispered, not fully sure what she meant. "Because," he replied, "it wasn't your time." No dramatic speech. No heroic grin. Just truth. He picked up her soaked suitcase and placed it beside her. "The bus won't wait," he added. But Lena didn't move. She looked at the bridge. At the broken railing. At the dark water that almost became her grave. And then at him. "Who are you?" she asked. He hesitated. "Just someone passing through." By the time the ambulance arrived, called by someone who had heard the commotion, he was gone. No name. No number. No goodbye. Only the echo of his voice. It wasn't your time. The next morning, Lena didn't board the bus. She told herself it was because she needed to file a report. Because she had to handle insurance. Because she was still sore. But deep down, she knew the truth. She stayed because something inside her had shifted. Someone had risked their life for hers. And she didn't even know why. Days turned into weeks. Willow Creek no longer felt suffocating. It felt unfinished. Lena started asking questions. The gas station clerk hadn't seen anyone matching his description. The diner waitress said a man had come in late that night, soaked and quiet, but paid cash and left before sunrise. "He looked like he carried the world on his back," the waitress had said softly. Lena began walking through town every evening, scanning faces. But the stranger was nowhere. One afternoon, she passed the community center, a small brick building that had been closed for months due to lack of funding. A faded sign read, "Youth Tutoring Program, suspended until further notice." Her mother used to volunteer there. The memory hit her like a wave. When Lena was 12 and struggling with math, a retired teacher had stayed late every Thursday to help her. That tutoring program had kept her grades high enough to earn a scholarship offer she never took. Because her mother got sick. Because life happened. She stood there for a long time. Then she walked inside. Dust coated the desks. Chairs were stacked in a lonely corner. The place smelled like forgotten potential. She found the town council number online and made a call. "I'll run it," she said. "The tutoring program. I'll volunteer." There was silence on the other end. "Why?" the councilwoman asked gently. Lena looked at the cracked window where sunlight streamed in. "Because someone saved me," she replied. "And I think I finally understand why." Within weeks, 5 kids signed up. Then 8. Then 12. Lena spent her evenings helping with homework, listening to stories about broken homes and big dreams. She saw herself in them, the quiet fear of being stuck, the desperate hope of getting out. Word spread. The program grew. One night, after locking up, she heard a familiar voice behind her. "You fixed the place up." Her heart stopped. She turned slowly. There he was. Same steady eyes. Same calm presence. "You," she breathed. He gave a small nod. "Looks better than before." "Why did you leave?" she asked. "I don't stay anywhere long," he answered. "But you stayed tonight." He looked at the laughter echoing from inside the building where a few kids were finishing a project. "Looks like you didn't need saving," he said. "You just needed reminding." "Of what?" "That your life matters here." Tears filled her eyes, not from sadness, but clarity. "You changed everything," she whispered. He shook his head gently. "You did." And just like before, he turned to walk away. But this time, she didn't chase him. Because she understood. He wasn't meant to stay. She was. Lena never left Willow Creek. Not because she was trapped. But because she discovered something greater than escape. Purpose. The stranger who saved her life never became a permanent part of her story. He became the spark. And sometimes, the people who enter your life for a single moment are the very ones who show you where you belong. So if you're standing on your own broken bridge tonight, thinking about running, maybe you're not meant to leave. Maybe you're meant to rebuild. And maybe, just maybe, someone is about to remind you why. If today's story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And remember, even a small act of kindness can change someone's entire life. Red Heart.